I watched a documentary on a Michigan man who loves Michigan more than you do.
Yep.
That Connor Stalions doc, have you watched it on Netflix?
No, is it good?
Yes.
Let me tell you, there has been some reviews, and obviously Dockich is here in town. He said, I didn't learn anything from that documentary. There's no new piece of information. And I think that's probably because, like, if you went in there thinking one way, you came out of it thinking the same way about whether or not Jim knew. For me, I would like to go on the record as stating any team in any sport that I am a fan of, I would like Connor Stalions to be on the fucking staff for. You're talking about locked in. There wasn't even a thought of a significant other. There wasn't a thought of another hobby. What? Dude joined the military to become a football head coach because he studied football head coaches and knew that all of them had military ties that ended up being great. So he signed up to become a Marine. For you that don't know the military, the Marines are like the most bought in. Yeah. Like, ooh, raw. They are ready to go. He was like that. He took that Marine mentality towards football. And his manifesto that people were talking about, like kind of knocking him for, they showed one screen of it. It's like, that's worth millions of dollars to so many schools. He is a weapon. Now, they got him coaching high school in Detroit. They still use signs.
Yeah.
That team is going to win state championship. This dude is phenomenal after watching it. Now, did he cross the line? Probably. I mean,
sure.
Certainly. But what I learned from him is like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody love the thought of being a coach, football in Michigan ever in my life than Connor Stalions. I would watch it if I were you, as a Michigan person. I would certainly watch it.
I'm going to watch it, but it's tough to get my wife sometimes to switch off Housewives shows to get to watch what I want to watch.
Which city? Which city?
Every city, Pat.
Oh, it doesn't
Dubai,
matter.
Orange County, New York, New Jersey. Like, we watch them all.
Jersey.
We watch them.
There's a Dubai Housewives?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Atlanta. Yeah, I watch all the cities. Yep.
I remember the Orange County ones way back in the day.
Great one. That's a good show.
Jersey's my favorite.
Yeah, Jersey was a good time. I met a couple of them whenever I was a rookie at a party in New York.
Atlanta.
I was starstruck.
Obviously.
Holy
How could you
shit!
not be?
Good to see you guys. Yeah, Atlanta was the one that caused a bunch of shit. Like Atlanta took it to the next level, I think. And you're what? Dubai has one?
That's crap. I have to check that out.
Oh, yeah. Bethesda or Maryland or whatever it is. Oh, yeah.
Bethesda,
Maryland.
I know Bethesda.
Yeah, what I like about the shows is everybody's very reasonably minded.
Sure.
Which is that's very good.
Well,
very good to see.
And that leads back to Sign Stealer on Netflix. He is not reasonably minded at all. At all. He is the most obsessed, focused football human I've ever seen.
I love him.
There's coaches in the NFL, I assume, that watch that Netflix Untold thing and they're like, we got a fucking job somewhere, right? we got a job for this guy somewhere. And signs aren't that big of a deal. We can point him in a different direction and he will get, I mean, after watching it, full 180 for me on Connor Stalions. I'm like, this dude, obsessed with football. Yeah, did he cheat?
Okay, so, but give me the takeaway, your takeaway after watching it, other than he's obsessed and you'd want him on your staff. What was the takeaway?
I think Harbaugh thought maybe something was going on, but just didn't even. Yeah. I think he probably just was like, let's not even. And there's like a sign stealing community we learned about in college football that all kind of share information. And T. Will, Arkansas's defensive coordinator, he kind of solidified that fact a few days ago. And then there were some people in the documentary that were like very much open, like, yeah, there is intel groups and communities. So there's sign stealing stuff that's been happening in college football, and there's different teams that have been accused of it. I think Connor Stalions is the one that took it the furthest, was the most focused on it, and inevitably was the greatest. When he was at Navy, whenever he was a student at Navy, he just goes to the football facility and says, like, can I just have a job? I'd like to be a part of the staff. And I guess one of the assistants, the way the story goes, the assistant told him, like, we don't have like a sign decipher person. Why don't you do that? So he did it. And they got footage of him next to the head coach, and he's doing the same shit that he was doing in Michigan, and they almost beat Ohio State. And then his 4 years at Navy, the winningest Navy has ever been in football. It's like, okay. Wow. I mean, you're talking about, now he is obsessed with this.
He's a sociopath in the best way.
Yes, sure. He is. There's something obviously completely lock-inable, but like there was not even a thought of a significant other. Like, how's your family? No family. What are you talking about? Wait, no. My mom loves Michigan. Yeah, get it. That's what I'm doing.
Michigan's my family.
Dressed up as Bo Schembechler as a 3-year-old. Like that was his whole life was to be
Memorized the whole team speech from Bo.
Yeah, the team did the whole thing.
We all love Bo. Bo was the best.
Yeah, you Michigan people. Seemed like that was the one that really brainwashed all of you after watching that whole thing. But there was a scene where, like, a media person in the Netflix Untold was like, there's no reason that a multi-million-dollar paid coordinator is listening to this staffer that makes nothing. And then there's a clip of Sharon Moore, like, taking his ear thing off, and Connor Stalions, like, looking and then saying something to him, and Sharon put it back in and going. And it's like, he was beloved, I bet you, by that entire Michigan staff, that entire Michigan team. Mike Barrett, who was on the team, was in it, talking up, singing his graces. It's like, I assume that was a lot for a lot of people, but in that building, they knew they had a fucking weapon. An absolute weapon. And I bet you every other team that watches that documentary is like, he's got a 3-year ban, right? Yeah. Okay, as soon as that's over, let's go ahead and get him into our building.
At the end of the documentary, they show, like, pay stubs from other schools of other sign stealers from those schools buying tickets to other games. So it wasn't just Connor Stalions. He was just the Bill Belichick of it.
Yeah, he allegedly was too successful, too far,
too good,
too much, too good. But he's coaching high school now, and they still do signs. So entire city of Detroit where he is coaching, you're fucked. I don't know how to tell you this, but you are absolutely, because he like broke it down. He's like, if you do a sign more than once, it's over. And they're like, well, you got multiple people signing, so you can't tell. It's pretty easy when all one guy.
Don't you think baseball teams should hire him also? In the offseason?
He's the Houston Astros. He is literally the garbage can.
Yeah.
He's the
exoskeleton.
We got curve coming. I'm trying him just sitting in the crowd too with the binoculars. Hey, why does that guy got binoculars? Oh, I got bad eyes.
Everyone's got binoculars out there.
Yeah, everybody's got bad eyes. I mean, he is. I'm telling you, I would like that. He has an open invitation to work for this particular. Dave Portnoy says he's got a job at Barstool for the rest of his life if he wants it. I would like to add another one. Hey, as long as we are a football show, Connor Stalions, your brain, your research, your obsession with ball, there's something you could contribute to this show.
Yep.
And we would love it. He was EP of the Connor Stalions Netflix Untold Sign Stealer. If you're a Michigan fan, you watch that and you go like,
yeah.
Just like hardball.
Yeah.
That was what he was in the thing. His lawyer who comes out and says, "I hate the NCAA.
Yeah,
I'll do this shit for free to take on the NCAA."
The man,
kind of a dog.
Yeah, the man,
kind of an absolute dog. The lawyer in this whole thing. But Connor Stalions is like, "I'll jump on a grenade for everybody." Absolutely, and he did.
Yeah.
He absolutely did.
Military.
Rogue agent, and then they told him like they said to go into Michigan so he could be interviewed about it all. And his lawyer was like, you are not going in there. There is no due process. This is not the court of law. They do not care. They will take your quotes out of, you are not showing up. So then remember the whole story was he was not cooperating with the investigation in that entire thing. It's like every football team in the United States of America, from youth league through the NFL, watch that and we're like, let's get that guy on our staff.
Yeah.
That is all it was. Loved ball. I've never seen somebody that obsessed with ball.
Ever.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody as obsessive with ball as I saw in that documentary yesterday.
Yeah, it was electric. And, like, to your point, if you're a Michigan man and watch it, you're like, hell yeah, Michigan man. But if you're a fan of another team, you're more so thinking, like, what the hell was our sign stealer guy doing? Like, if every single team had one of these guys,
No.
ours must have just been the worst one because this guy is going above and beyond.
I'm not sure if you heard Michigan was the only team doing that.
Well, so
especially from a red team in Ohio, that's what all you're hearing from them.
Well, Brohio made quite an appearance as well.
Yeah, one of those boards behind him with the strings. That was electric.
It was a phenomenal documentary. I couldn't recommend it enough. The Untold series has obviously presented a lot of greatness. This one is certainly going to be remembered as one. And with how quickly the turnaround was. That was just last season, and we get a bunch.
Yeah.
Executive producer, also LeBron James's business manager. He's a host on The Shop. He's a founder of the Spring Hill. I mean, just incredible businessman and producer. Ladies and gentlemen, Maverick Carter.
Yeah.
Mav, what up, man?
What's up, Pat? Thank you for saying that. I mean, you gave me all those things, but I could say the same right back to you. I love the show. Love what you are as a businessman, a host, and your whole staff and crew. Thank you for having me.
No, we're honored for you to even know that we exist. So just want to let you know that that's incredibly dope. And keep doing everything you're doing, obviously leading the way for the rest of us in all of it. Let's talk about the Untold with Sign Stealer. I literally just got done singing the praises. I thought Connor Stalions was this like psychopath, out of control, whatever it was. And then I watched it. I'm like, this is the most committed human to football I've ever seen in my entire life. At what point, while you guys were creating that, did you know, like, hey, this is going to be special, this is going to be a good one? And what are your thoughts on Connor Stalions, the human, after creating that entire thing?
Connor Stalions and I have become really close friends. We talk, and maybe you guys know this. I was listening to you guys right before I came on. I am from Akron, Ohio. I'm one of the biggest Buckeye fans in the world. Connor Stalions was very nervous when I reached out to him about doing this. He obviously did not think he could trust me, but we developed a relationship, became close, and he is exactly what you said. He is the most committed, dedicated, extremely smart, extremely focused guy, one of the most focused and committed people I've ever seen. And he was committed to the University of Michigan football, and he did a great service and was great. And as lots of coaches have come out and said, it's something that everybody does. He just was the best in the country at doing it.
Yeah, and obviously Brohio has caused some conversation around people thinking that was a plant. You know, you're just a kid from Akron. There's some Ohio State people that obviously hate this documentary and everything about it. Have you heard that? Did you expect that, obviously, as an Ohio guy? And what do you think we learned from going forward from this documentary?
Listen, I hate Michigan as much as any Ohio State fan, for sure, but I love competition. And the fact of the matter is they've beaten us 3 years in a row. We're going to kick their ass this year.
Hell yeah.
I feel very good about our team and what Ryan Day and the coaches are going to do. And now we got Chip Kelly there, but they beat us fair and square. And you know, listen, every team in the country, this whole sign stealing thing and what the NCAA, their rules, obviously the NCAA is a silly organization that has no reason to exist. I don't even know why we still even talk about it. It's like I don't even know what it is or why they even matter. But the truth of the matter is Michigan beat us 3 years in a row, and they didn't cheat. They beat us on the field. We played the games, and they beat us. And Connor was a part of the reason that they beat us and last year went on to win a national championship. As much as it hurt me to watch that confetti fall, we actually had a camera. Our director was with Connor there. You guys were talking about the speed. Shout out to our team at the Spring Hill Company, our Uninterrupted, which is our sports arm, that got this done that fast. They did an amazing job, and our director, Micah, who's worked with us for many, many years.
The shot of him as the confetti's falling, and then obviously tears in his eyes, and then at the end just saying, I would do it all the exact same way again. For Michigan to win a national championship, it's like from the beginning of that doc, where he's a 3-year-old dressed up like Bo Schembechler, to the last statement, it's like this motherfucker is the most committed Michigan man of all time. Went to the military, just signed up for the military to do work at Michigan. It's like an absurd thing, and I couldn't recommend it anymore. And if you're an Ohio State fan, I think you would watch it, and you would say the same thing about Connor Stalions. Dog.
Yeah.
Absolute dog, I think you would say.
I agree with you. He went to the military, by the way, to serve our country, so shout out to him, and thank you to everyone who serves our thank you to everyone who serves our country. But he went there really to serve Michigan, to learn how to decode, and it worked out for him. He served Michigan, and he is a smart, very smart guy, very committed guy. Still loves football, and as you know, it's the reason that Sign Stealer debuted #1 in the country on Netflix, because it is a very fascinating doc. Thank you, guys.
Hey, that's the new thing. Like kind of the new ranking system on how success works and everything like that. It's literally right there. #1, #2, #3. Renegotiating value has to be pretty fantastic whenever the platform's actually telling you that you're beating everybody. Good luck with the next one. We're excited.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, we need that luck. We're going for another one for sure.
Yeah,
we actually have another one coming in Starting 5. It's an NBA show coming in October. So we're going to keep it going. We're trying to keep this train going, Pat, just like you.